Alright, well, we're just making our way down the riverbank, back into the Meander River, and going to fish the fast water here. Another very dull day, a little bit humid. It's not real warm, even though it was overnight. It was like drizzle rain and fog when I left Sheffield. But anyway, we're back here at the fast water. And I'm going to start off a little copper Aglia mooch noya. I'll probably go to gold though, I think. Or I may even go to a size bigger too. May just go to an Aglia gold or a Black Fury gold. Water's run a fraction lower than last time I was here by the looks of it anyway. Well, I think it is. It's quite nice. I can see quite a few more flat patches of water on it today than the last time I was here. So, yeah, let's hope we can hope they're on the take like they were last week or 6 odd days ago. Oh, we just got our first little tacker. It's only taken about 5 minutes today. It's only a little bub, and that was just in that bit of flat water in the middle of the river there. There's another nice bit of flat water to my left up here. So yeah, it's a good start. Only little, but it's a fish. I'll get him off and get him back in the drink. I've just come up through there. I had to follow a little flat water back there. I'm looking downstream on my right hand side, with a medium sized brown that was on the copper Aglia. I've gone back to I've plunked on a gold Aglia mooch noya now, and see how that goes up through here. I know one thing, this river bottom's still a killer on the body, and being, like I said last time, they're being dull and overcast, putting Polaroids on doesn't have any effect either. You still can't really see because the glare of the clouds on the water, it just doesn't take, the Polaroids just doesn't take that away. We just got our second trout, not much bigger than the first one. I watched him come up behind it. There was a cast just up there on that left hand side by those rocks. And I just watched him come up behind it, and I just give the rod a light little twitch, make the Aglia blade flutter a little bit, and that's when he snapped it up. Now we'll get him off. As you can see what the river bottom's like here, and this is just in a shallow stretch of water. As you get out a bit where I am standing, it's a lot more boulders, it's a lot thicker, they're slippery, and they also roll under your foot. I wear felt spiked wading boots, but even they grip, but you just make sure if you ever fish fast water in these sort of rivers like this, one step at a time, very slow, no rush to get to the next stretch of water, and make sure you got good footing before you take your next step, because that's all it takes. It doesn't take much to trip and stumble, and you fall here, you can break a wrist or an arm quite easily. Right, just got our third one for the morning. He's a little bigger fish than the other two ones earlier. Fat, solid little fish. He had about 4 goes at the lure. Had 3 casts up, just up under the bridge and brought it back down. The first cast he had a couple of little whacks at it. Second cast he had a whack at it, and the third time it was lucky. He had 2 whacks and got him on the second one. So we'll get him off and send him on his way. Going to be a little bit wiser today. Instead of walking up through that fast one and crossing over there where it's really slippery as hell, I'm going to head up here and cross over the cattle bridge, and then come down on that opposite side of the river there, and then work my way up from there. It just saves that bit of energy and slipping and sliding. Certainly a beautiful river. It may be tough and put your body through hell, but nothing doesn't get any better fishing than this sort of. I just love fast water fishing. Oh, I'm looking down on the bridge. That's where I would have crossed over. Anyway, I'm going to fish up through there. Don't know how long the rain's set in. It's set in pretty solid too. Not that mine. Rain doesn't affect fast water fishing anyway. Lovely fish here. Fish of the day so far. These are beautiful fish. I'll get him in the net and I'll show you how and where I caught him. Right, we got him in the net. Beautiful, well-conditioned fish. You'd only be 490, 500, 10 grammer. But yeah, lovely. Have the cast right behind the boys that are holding the pump intake up, right up against that river bank, and that's where it smashed it. In that same area is where I got one of my biggest Meander River brown trout in here. I know it was about 5.5 or 6 odd pounder was in there, and that ran me all down through that fast water like this one did. I just had to keep the line tight and let him run down that fast water there and then bring him back into here. So we'll unhook this fella and get him back in the drink. Another little fella here. It's just taken off that river bank on the first cast and slow cast and drift method, and bang, grabbed it. Right, I'm in the middle of the river. I'm crossing over now. I work myself up the left hand side of the river. I just have a couple of casts while I'm in the middle of the river here. Up behind that big boulder there's a nice little flat water there, and hopefully it might bag a trout out of that. And then right on the other river bank, just up over there's another nice little flat water there which I can reach from the left hand side with a good cast anyway. Well, I'm going to have to call it a day. Rain is really set in, it's heavy. I am absolutely saturated. Yeah, I'm just not going to fish on in this. So as much as I love the rain, yeah, I'd sooner have the rain anyway, because we need it. So dry down here in Tassie, like the rest of Australia. Anyway, finished up with 5 trout, yeah, in about an hour and a half fishing. So till next time, guys, tight line. Well, the tight lines, and see you later, guys. Didn't last long. As I left part way home, rain sort of stopped. So I jumped in another part of the Meander River, one of my favourite stretches of water. Not that it fishes that well, but I thought, well, I'm that far over, I might as well. I'm wet and the rain stops, I might as well have a fish, but it's looking pretty gloomy again now. Looks like this might be moving in again, so hopefully I want to get up and fish this fast water up ahead of me, and maybe pick up a trout or two in there. I've had a couple of follows in the slower part, but yeah, no takers as yet. Finally got a little tacker. I had a hit and a miss back further. It's only taken about 25 minutes to finally get one. And that was just taken off that other riverbank with the cast and the drift. Yeah, it's really good cast and drift water here. It's shallow, with a lot of algae and crap on the bottom. So yeah, we'll get the little tacker off and let him go. I've just put the bug spinner on, the stonefly pattern, in a 0 size, 2.5 grammer. And just clicked over on that river bank there, and this fella here come out and grabbed hold of it. Nothing big. Had a decent follow from a bigger one on the little gold ugly mooch Noir, but they wouldn't take it, so I changed it over and put the stonefly on. Well, I thought that bit of flat water there behind that big fallen stump, that big tree stump there, would have given up a trout, but nothing. And this stretch of water here usually gives up a fish, but I haven't even seen one here. Winds come up and there's leaves coming down by the tons here at the moment. It's really gusting up now, probably 25 to 30 kilometres an hour winds. So I'm just going to fish up to the end here in that fast water, and just up around that corner a little bit, and I'll get out and go bush bashing and then climb up the hill, back up to the road and head back to the car. I'm getting a bit cold now because I'm still still bloody wet, and the air temps dropped down to buggery. I think the wind's shot round to the west-southwesterly now. Very nice fish on here. Beautiful. The jumper. Yeah, lovely. Only just hooked in the jaw too. So we'll slip the net under him and let him go. And I said it was here in the net. Out popped the spinner there, it's down by my finger there. A little stonefly bug. Now she popped. So yeah, lovely fish. I'll weigh him while he's in the net and then let him go. 535 grams he went. Lovely, beautiful, well conditioned thing. He's back in the water and he's taken off that bank just in front of that fallen branch there, a long cast up into there. And I've had hookups and lost fish in there before. So, finished 8 for the day so far, and I've only got to go up around that corner, just fish a little bit of meat in the fast flowing water there, and then get up into all that scrub and bush there, and then work myself up that way up the hills of the road. There's a road up the top there, and just push past me way up the hill, and yeah, walk back along the road to the car, and my day will be done then. Right, I've made my way from the river over the back here. I've come up here and I'm in, just going through this area now, and I just got to get up, just zigzag my way up through all that up there. And the road's probably about 50 metres or so, 40 metres up the hill there. It's pretty steep, but I'll zigzag it. So yeah, and then we'll head back to the car. So anyway, my day finished with 8 trout. Last one went 535 grams, beautiful fish to finish the day off. I was pretty happy with that. And, yeah, so 8 trout, I suppose, was not what I was expecting more in that fast water run, but you know, that weather set in and I'm still wet and I'm freezing now actually. So anyway, till next time guys, tight lines.